Shaq went in Lou's locker room. It was a game day, so we had a shoot around. Shaq went in Lou's locker, grabbed his mouthpiece, put it in his tights, under his nuts. Excuse me, ladies, I apologize. Underneath his nuts, did a whole shooter. Shaq is 300 pounds, sweats when he wakes up, like nasty. Does a whole shoot around, puts the mouthpiece back in his locker, and then just tells me. And I'm surprised I held the secret, because I can't, some stuff like that, it's hard to hear. But anyway, by the time the game, by the time we're back, everyone goes home and takes their naps and comes back for the game. Damn. Like a couple more people know. I'm like, how y'all know? Shaq told us. Like, all right. So long story short, the dude, I don't even know who the fuck, maybe Al Gentry was putting the game plan. Lou used to always, like, right before we'd go out while the coach is talking, he would put his mouthpiece in and start kind of jumping around, getting hype. This motherfucker went and grabbed his mouthpiece and put it in his mouth, and we all died. We here.
It's wrong.
Y'all can hear us?
1, 2.
It's cold in here. Arizona, what's up, man? Y'all good?
Thank you guys for showing up.
Oh, where's my cars at? You got cars?
Your cards right there. I got mine right here.
Oh shit! So you just gonna listen?
Matt, I'm gonna start off rip with you. Did you think that all the smoke was gonna blow up the way it did when you first had the vision of what it was gonna be?
No, to be honest with you, I had really no idea. I retired in 17, and you know, we all came from an era where we really didn't get along with the media. You know, it was social media kind of had just hit, and it used to be their word against ours. So I almost looked at the media like cops. Like I wouldn't really fuck with the media, to be honest with you. So, but I had a friend that was telling me like, hey, if you don't like it, help be a part of changing it. And it kind of resonated with me. So I started doing ESPN, and then I think Stack was doing Fox at the time. And we were at my house in the Bay, and I was just like, let's do something together. He's like, what? I was just like, let's do a podcast. He's like, what's the podcast? I was like, I don't know, but I know we can smoke and drink. He's like, shit, I'm in. And then randomly I did an interview on DeMarcus Cousins' documentary, and one of the producers from Showtime had said, hey, I heard you're looking to do a podcast. Showtime is starting a digital series, or a digital basketball series. You should talk to my partner. So a guy named Brian Daly flew out to New York, and we sat down at Shutters in Santa Monica and had a couple shots of tequila. I pitched them on just the concept of, I feel like the best conversations are in the man cave, in the barbershop, with the homies, with no cameras, and you're just chopping it up about life in general. And I was like, I want to put a camera on that type of conversation. And man, 6 years later, you know, we're one of the biggest and the best, and there's a handful of other shows in the space. So to answer your question, I had no idea what we were doing, what it was going to be, but we definitely struck gold and were able to have some success in this space, but then also open up the doors for everyone else in the space.
It's kind of crazy too, man, because remember when I did your podcast.
You gotta speak up, Mike. Come on, man. Speak up, bro. Use your coach voice. Your coach. Use your coach voice, Mike.
So
use his buck voice.
Yeah.
So look,
First of all, Mike is the only motherfucker that's in better shape after he played in the NBA than he is while he played in the NBA. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Is annoying.
Boy, Mike still be working.
It's annoying.
So look. So how we got started with this podcast, right? So I did your podcast, and we did things. So, you know, Ty Ellis hit me one day and was like, I mean, this is how it all fell into place. So I did your podcast. Remember, he was like, hey, see if we could go under you guys. And I was like, you know, that's a good, I don't really want to do a podcast, but I'll ask him. So then we kind of talked about it. And the next day, Eddie ended up calling me. Hey, we want to do you want to do a podcast? I said, we're just thinking about doing it.
Oh, out the blue.
Yeah, so I mean, like everything came together. We met Cassine. I met Cassine on the, he's producer for the NBC stuff, and I asked him, like, everything came together, and I mean, it didn't work out with you guys, but I mean, the relationship and friendship that we had, you know, a second to none. Yeah. So we're hoping to get, you know, as big as you guys. So congratulations.
Yeah, no, it was dope. You know, obviously I worked with Cassine when I did some stuff with the Kings, but I feel like, you know, now, like, we're almost kind of like the OGs or the Godfathers in this space, but I don't look at anyone as competition. I don't look at you guys as competition. I don't look at anyone else because I feel like we all have our own journeys, our own stories, how we reach success, the ups and downs. And I feel like I'm a fan now and a father, so I'd rather hear from someone who did it. You know, I respect everyone who's in journalism and took the steps to get where they're at, and the Stephen A's and all them guys, but they've never done it. So now as a fan, I want to hear it from the people who did it. Whatever I'm listening to, I want to hear it from an expert, and I think that's why the podcast space has kind of taken off, because you're getting experts in different fields talking their shit now. So that was dope. You know, another thing too, obviously, about All the Smoke is we were able to turn a show into an entire company. So we launched All the Smoke Productions at the beginning of 24 with, you know, one of my co-founders right here, Jelani McCoy. And again, we were able to turn the show into a whole company now. So now we're in boxing, we're in MMA, we're about to launch NFL, we're about to launch MLB, we're about to do something in FIFA as well. So we've been able to turn a show into an entire company. So I think we have 6 or 7 shows under our slate. I think our boy J.R. Ryder's pulling up in here soon tonight. We're doing J.R. Ryder's documentary right now. We're doing something with Chris Webber. So we're doing docs, scripted series, pods, shows. We're stepping into the political space. So we've been able to turn, you know, something that we didn't know what we really had into an entire company. So at the time, we weren't really ready for you guys, and that's why I told you guys, I was just like, we're not necessarily at the space to kind of have anybody yet, but I still wanted you guys to kind of take off. So, you know, I told you guys, anything you guys need from me, I'm here. And, you know, I'm happy to see where you guys are at now doing your thing. And this is a great duo, because I feel like why shit happens is because you're tight with your partner. You know, me and Stat can say shit to each other that other people can't, just like you guys can talk shit to each other that other people can't. So you guys have a great chemistry and a great duo, and I feel like that's why this works.
How did you get to with FIFA? That's the question, because like that's like kind of off brand. You never would think that you guys would tie into what's that?
He said he about to smack somebody. He look like he about to smack somebody. That's big homie.
Oh, that's B. That's Byron, man.
Talk a little louder.
Hey man, sit down. God damn it. Sit your ass down, god damn it.
Hey, he came all the way to the stage.
Yeah, he did.
Speak your motherfucking ass up.
Sit your ass down, god damn it.
He was looking for some bread.
Yeah, I see you too. Nah, but how did you guys end up like with FIFA? Because that's like kind of a side, like kind of off.
So we
you
gave
never
you like a
think that.
little inside of kind of what we're doing. We're working with the player right now that I don't really want to mention his name until it's finished, but he's kind of been a crossover. He's someone who played in the league with us, and you know, Pops was a tennis player, and just a lot of different connections, a lot of different vibes, and it's something he was into, and he presented it to us and told us he has connections over there. So I kind of just feel like we're building a small network, you know what I mean, and trying to have as many amazing, talented people and the people to be able to tell stories. And then we're also in the process of launching another tier of our company that'll focus on politics, culture, and entertainment. So I'm just trying to again, spread
But
that.
is FIFA really a stretch though? We talk about a lot of shit in the locker room, from music to fashion to
No,
whatever.
but like you don't. A lot of people don't really talk about soccer. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, football, European football. They don't really talk about that. In the locker room, you barely hear that.
Fact.
You might hear somebody talk about
the
the video
actual
game.
FIFA, the EA Sports,
and that's it. But nobody really knows like the
It's starting to
players
get
and
big out here,
the
though.
teams, huh?
Soccer's starting to get big out
But I
here.
think
It
that's
is
why it
big.
started. To your point, I think because everybody was on the game, playing FIFA, right? You started to learn the players, you started to learn the teams, right? You started to learn the rivalries, and that American football is catching up. But like that soccer world is like, we call it soccer, over there it's football, you know what I mean? They do well for themselves.
Oh, yeah, and they got so many different leagues.
And the fans are crazy.
I mean, it's the
Serie A.
biggest sports it's the biggest sport in the world. You know, to be honest with you.
Man, so tell me this, man. You interviewed Michelle Obama, you and Stack. Talk about that a little bit. Tell us how that was.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, I'm really interested in politics. It's something I've been into for probably like the last 10 years. I have aspirations of probably running for mayor of the city you coach in, of Sacramento one day. I've done a lot of different things with helping pass bills in the state capitol and lobbying and all that kind of stuff. So I have 2 of my homies that used to work for Obama. So they were the ones that, you know, got me to interview Joe Biden, and then they plugged the Kamala Harris interview, and then they said, you know, there's interest from Michelle Obama. I'm like, oh shit, for real? And we went out and interviewed her and her brother. She was so cool, bro, down to earth, said a few cuss words, talking about Obama smoking weed. I'm like, yo, y'all are like normal. So it was just a tremendous opportunity. I mean, she literally, no bullshit, she texted maybe 2 weeks ago, telling me to remind me you need to get your prostate exam. I just turned 45.
Oh, wow.
And no, I mean that's the kind of, I had just met her, and I mean that's the kind of energy and kind of motherly love she had gave. She's like, hey, make sure, remember you told me you were going to do this, make sure you do this. So it was a tremendous opportunity to get a chance to know her and kind of let her guard down and just freely speak. And I feel like, you know, she really opened up and was really cool, and she told us she's going to get us Obama. So I was just like, I'm going to hold you to that now. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to sit down with, you know, the former president as well.
That was good.
But let's go down memory lane a little bit and how me and you, I think me and Eddie, we connected first, right? So
Yeah,
you
for
were on the
sure.
Clippers in, what year was that, 02, 03?
03, 04.
And I remember the first time, so I got drafted and went to the D-League, some bullshit. But anyway.
Yeah, much shit here he got on his
Damn.
chest.
Hey, when did you always had that talk on me?
Oh, you still
I
got it?
do. I still
got
do.
it, yeah.
You still do?
It's a little gray now, like your beard.
Yeah.
That's cool, Eddie.
Oh, that dude was a maniac right there. Don't trust him. But yeah, I got a 10-day with the Clippers. I want to say my first practice, first of all, the Clippers used to be ran by, you know, Donald Sterling, who's a piece of shit, let's just be honest.
For real.
And they were at a junior college in LA, and the junior South by Southwest, and it was such a bad college that there was no locker room, no showers, and you used to have to keep the back doors of the gym open so they didn't break into your cars. So I'm just kind of setting the stage of, that's back when Eddie was young, too.
Oh, you know, I was getting
yeah.
buckets right there. Yeah, I'm dropping jumpers.
He used to put cheese on his taco meat.
I did.
So my
I'll pass them out. I'll pass them out.
Hey, my first
After I shot a jumper and knocked it in. Here, take one of those.
take that. My first practice, I went in. I want to say Quentin Richardson and Keon Dooley were fighting.
Yeah,
like
they did for sure.
Like I'm walking in my first practice, and two of the young players are scrapping. But Eddie, what are you, 2 years older than me?
Yeah.
So we had just a really young team, and me and Eddie connected instantly. Obviously, we played against each other in college, but it was just, Eddie's one of them just down-to-earth, cool, bay dudes that shows love to everybody, and he and I really connected. So he was kind of like the first person to kind of show me what the NBA was about. I mean, although we were all young, he got there before me, but we just had a good time hanging out and kind of showing me the ropes.
Down biz.
And then me and Mike met, because Mike was traded for Jay Will and Sak. So Chris Webber was my big homie when I was in UCLA. And I used to train in Sacramento every summer. And when the trade happened, Mike came, got traded for Jay Will, and it was a big deal. And Mike came, and Mike was cool as shit too. And Mike was one of those just down to earth, kind of quiet at the beginning, but once he loosened up, the crazy laugh and everything is funny to him. And me and Mike were dogs. Like we went to dinner, every road trip, and really just got a chance to hang out and just to see, what these guys were able to do in their career, and still to this day, all of us still be close and tight and brothers. I mean, you're in Sac, and we all still talk often, so it's been a dope journey. What do you guys remember most when you kind of look back now, because we're all old as shit? What do you remember most? I'll start with you, Eddie. What do you remember most about your journey in the league?
Shit, that it was rough. I signed a lot of one-year deals.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I was basically a journeyman. My biggest deal I signed was with the Celtics. It was I want to say a three-year deal. Yeah. And so looking back at that, I say that it was one of those to where I felt like I didn't get my just due for what I did on a nightly basis.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I come in, I could change games.
Quickly.
I would change a fucking game like this. You remember that game we was playing in, we was with the Clippers, and we were playing it with Utah. And Mike Dunleavy, and he's a piece of shit too. He's a piece of shit. Dunleavy's a piece of shit. And so,
historically speaking, he is considered a piece of shit.
Yeah, thank you. And, firsthand, I seen it. So I don't play the hard, like, how he was doing us. Like me and Keon, he would play me, and if I didn't score double figures, he'll put me on the bench, and I won't play until Keon didn't score double figures. And then one game we were in against the Jazz, and I want to say I had like 15 points in like quick 8 minutes, and brought us all the way back real quick. And next thing you know, I'm on the bench, and Doug Overton. Doug Overton came off the couch, off the street, and he's starting. We've been in a training camp, we've been doing all this, and Doug Overton came and took over. That's why I was like, man, I would say that, you know, it was just a rough journey, but I think that I was built for it. I think that made me, for those moments when I was with Boston, that time, game 4, we were down 24 points, and then Doc throws me in, and I hadn't played them 2 games. That built me for that.
What do you think about how the game's changed and how your game would have translated to today's game?
I don't want to go crazy.
You don't want to? You would have made a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't want to go crazy.
Because Eddie didn't play no defense. Don't let him lie to you.
What you mean? Hey, you see that? You see
Put
that
it
jersey
in the
up there?
basket.
I'm the all-time leading steals. All-time.
That's because
means
you
you
played the
good
passing
intent.
lanes.
Yeah,
That didn't
yeah.
mean
Well, I
that
mean,
was
that's still defense.
You could
played the
anticipate.
passing lanes.
But that's still defense, right? That's a turnover.
Some would call it. Eddie, but going from 1-year deal to 1-year deal, I think Matt can.
Same
this
thing.
is King Bibby.
Yeah, Mike didn't do that.
Yeah, Mike didn't have.
He had to have the
Mike
work right
was
that.
Mike was in the penthouse.
Speak to going to like every different locker room every year, trying to get the vibe of the team, where you fit in, right? Because 1-year deals, I was on those, you were on those, Matt was on those. Talk to like how different it is in the league when you're set up in a situation when you got to go year from year, team to team.
I just would be myself. I'll go in there, be myself, and, you know, shoot some jokes, have some fun, and then, you know, you could see, you know, I suck a duck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that means,
No, I do.
you know what I mean? Like, I could see the suckers from the real ones. And so I stayed away from them fake ones, and I, you know, kind of gravitated more towards the real ones, kind of stayed to myself as much as I could, but I had as much fun as I could with who I can have fun. Like, if we was vibing, kicking it, we go out to eat, we have a good time, you know, we shoot the shit in the locker room, have fun, laughing and all that shit.
You had a lot of fun in the league.
Yeah.
But for y'all that don't know, like, sometimes Bib can go out. We can't be seen going out with Bib. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, I've been played on teams where, like
The stars.
the stars can go out. They got cars waiting out in front of the car. As soon as they touch down, they're gonna put their bags down. They're gonna go out. But let your ass be on the year to year.
The role players,
deal.
we had to
role
kinda hide
players.
it.
Nah, it ain't like that.
Rough and tough.
Bad influences.
You have to
Jelani,
walk down the stairs.
Jelani from UCLA to getting in trouble at UCLA. Jelani was one of the first to get in trouble for smoking weed in college, and really kind of, it was back when it wasn't accepted, so it put a stigma on him. You know what I mean? And it really kind of gave the NBA a sour taste. So he kind of got off to a slower start. He drafted later than he should have been drafted. Landed in Seattle with GP and those characters. Tell us what your journey was like to get to, obviously, being able to win a championship with Kobe and Shaq and that early Laker teams.
I mean, I thought I was on the way to the bid package. You know what I mean? I was McDonald's High School All-American, Woo-T-Woo, All Pac-10, preseason All-American. I thought I was on the way to the big package, Bibby package, but they snatched that shit up fairly quick after the marijuana suspension, you know what I mean? Which is a whole long-ass story. I had like 7 years to sue the school. I never did because I thought I wanted to have kids and maybe they wanted to go to UCLA and I didn't want to have that stigma, but it was tough, man. Smoking tree, he'll tell you back then it was a job. It wasn't as luxurious as it is. It's legal for him to smoke now, but back in the day, they almost looked at you like a criminal. Like because you smoked weed, like they almost thought you had to sell it and a couple other illegal things too. But I mean, it was a job. It was a cross I had to bear. I hooked up with GP. You know what I mean? He was good. Vin Baker, who doesn't get a lot of credit, he went through his own. He went through his own struggles in the league, but he doesn't get a lot of credit for a good person that he was. You know what I mean? Off the court, he helped me a lot.
It's crazy. Everybody was smoking back then. Anyway.
Everybody.
Because the veterans, they'll test you one time in the preseason.
No, not in college.
It changed.
No, I'm talking
first
about
in the league.
Yeah.
In the league, yeah.
What was your first year in the league?
I came in during the
2000.
lockout. Did you come in during the
I came in the
lockout?
lockout.
Yeah,
What
we
year?
came in together. Yeah.
What year? 97?
98.
Yeah.
That was my freshman year at UCLA. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll test you one time, like the veterans got
And it was
tested
over.
once and you
And it
didn't get
was
tested
At the very
again.
beginning, in October.
Yeah.
Mike was always scared of it for some reason. Mike was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." Mike, you never wanted to touch the tree, Mike.
No, I didn't.
That wasn't for you.
It slows me down.
I feel you. So, Mike, what was your? I mean, obviously, us three guys had different roads and paths, and we're on the 1 year. You were the number 2 pick in the draft. Went to Vancouver.
Rightfully so.
Beautiful city, but were able to kind of make your way. What was your journey like, and what do you remember most about your time in the league?
I was blessed because I remember I didn't want to go to Vancouver. You know, the Clippers had the first pick. Thank God I didn't go there.
They took Oliver Candy, huh?
Yeah. So I mean,
did you
Candyman.
So his name Oliver Candy?
Huh?
Was Oliver Candy there when you was there?
No.
Okay, he was already gone.
Yeah, he was out of there.
Yeah.
So not getting drafted there, I think, was a blessing in disguise. You know, I had my family. I was 19 years old, 20 years old. Moved up to Canada. You know, I really didn't want to move. I got drafted there. I told him I was like, I went up to the GM and the president and the coaches in a meeting. And I told him, I sat there. I said, I don't want to play here.
Think about that though.
Damn.
You got nerve, don't you?
The number 2 kid.
Imagine if we said some
Well, you could
shit
take
like
your
that.
motherfucking
We
ass
went up
back
there and told
home
him I
if you
didn't
don't
wanna
want to
play
I'd
play
have been
here.
like, I don't know if I want to play here. They'd be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
We don't really want you here
Wait,
anyway.
matter of fact, here go your plane ticket.
But the draft was there too. The draft was, so they figured out who they were picking like 10 minutes before the draft came up. So like my agent, David Falk, super agent, came out and was like, Mike, they're gonna go with Oliver Candy. I was like, damn, so we had to make my way to the top. And I told him, I remember looking out the window, it was raining, it was muggy, it was dark, and I was just like, damn, I don't want to play here. And they said, we're gonna pick you anyway. And I was just like, damn. And so, you know, I went through a thing, but I mean, it was all en route to getting to Sacramento. You know, Micah Heisley, rest in peace, he was the owner there, and he was like, hey, we're gonna be moving the team next year, and we want to put you in a place where you want to go. Give me top 5 places you want to go. So I gave him 5 places. So he came back to me like a week later.
Hold on, Sacramento was one of them?
Sacramento was the first place. So he came back, he said, where's the number 1 place you want to go? And I said, Sacramento. And because I'm going to tell you a story, because like Vancouver, those are the tickets that people gave away. You know what I mean? So like they want to go see the Lakers, they want to go see the Bulls, they want to see all this team. So I remember going to Sacramento. It was my 2 last games of the season. I remember looking at it, it was 19,000 people. I'm like, no one ever came to watch us play. So I'm like, I want to play for a fan base like this. And then, so I just told him that, and then like, I was shooting one night, it was like midnight one night. I was at LA Fitness, and I was out at the gym shooting, and somebody called my brother, like, hey, your brother just got traded to Sacramento. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. My agent would have told me. And so, you know, when you get that trade, you got 2 numbers, Sacramento and the Vancouver number. And so I came out, I went crazy. I was screaming, and I couldn't believe it, you know what I mean?
So you were 2 years or 3 years in Vancouver?
3.
Okay.
So then after, I didn't get to play in Memphis. So when they went to Memphis, I went to Sacramento.
Lucky you.
I know.
Facts.
And it's a blessing in disguise, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, you want to go number 1 pick, but it's like, glad it didn't happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think LA for you at 19 would have been a lot, Mike. I think LA for Mike at 19.
I would have been able to do it. The taxes kill you. The taxes kill you out there. I'm dealing with that right now with the coach.
But what was it like? I mean, you're going to obviously a smaller market team, but great fan base, and then you have Hall of Famers like Chris Webber, Vlade Divac. You guys had a great young team that was contending against the Lakers. You guys got cheated by the refs, so you should have won a championship. But what was that journey? Jelani, you know y'all cheated, bro. You know they cheated in that series. We all know that shit. But what was it like, again, having C. Webb, to me, one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Vlade was I know you guys had a great time on the court, but it was a fun group of guys. You guys used to pull pranks on each other and all kinds of shit. What was that Sacramento team like?
It was great because, I mean, it was basketball again. That was the biggest thing for me. When I got there, it was like I had been there like for 10 years. You know, just how everybody treated me. And I mean, getting traded for a fan favorite like White Chocolate, it's like, damn, how are the fans gonna take me? How's the team gonna take me? And I fit in. They made me fit in right away. And the first practice, you know, I played with Sharif in country, so you know, I throw it in the post. I was the third option, so I throw it in the post. And back then, they play inside out. If they double, they throw it out so you might get a shot here and there. So I remember I threw it to Webb, and I cut through because I was just gonna go stand in the corner because that's what I got used to doing.
Get you in the head with the ball.
It almost did, and you know, Coach Carrill came out and was like, "Hey, play basketball."
Come on, Mikey.
Yeah,
Come on, Mikey.
He do his little walk. So I mean, it was good just just to play with them, just the camaraderie and stuff that everybody had there, like gambling on the plane and like Vlade. Like I said, Vlade was like probably my best teammate ever as far as like the way he acted. Like if he scored 30, he was the same as he scored 2. You know,
Did he smoke cigarettes in the locker room like they said?
I caught him smoking a cigarette in the locker room.
You caught him?
Crazy, bro.
He said he caught him.
He's 7'1", so like
in the bathroom stall?
Yeah, so his hair's sticking this far.
What kind of cigarette was he smoking?
Marlboro. It had to be Marlboro.
Man.
But I went in there and I was like, damn, like right before the game.
100.
Like I come use the bathroom before every game, you know, like 4 minutes on the clock, come use real quick, come back. He was just in there. Like, he smoked, like.
Smoking a square.
Yeah, and it was like he really smoked cigarettes in there.
Mike, you was talking about the pranks. You said something about the pranks. Tell me about that one prank when Brad, yeah.
Oh.
Be ready.
And know what you was gonna do though.
That resurfaced. That we just resurfaced that.
My daughter is in the.
It was
crowd right
her
now.
diaper, right?
It was her
She's
diaper.
grown now. That's how long ago this was.
Okay, so what?
Tell her.
So Brad kills 2 ducks. Like he doesn't clean them or anything. So he killed ducks, threw it in his truck, and comes right to the locker room. And he knows I don't like that shit.
First of all, if y'all don't know, Mike is a germaphobe. His food doesn't touch. He washes his hands 180 times a day. So Mike doesn't play with no kind of germs. Did you catch COVID?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, damn, I'm surprised.
That shit was going around everywhere.
Mike does not play with germs.
Mike was pre-pandemic before the pandemic. He ain't touching nothing. You don't have to worry about it.
Being sanitary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sanitary. Yeah, so Brad, he's chasing my son around with the ducks, making them run and stuff. So I come in, and he had the 2 ducks hanging from my locker. So
and like shit dripping out of them and everything, right?
The hang is right off the thing. Guts everywhere. And I'm like, Brad, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I said, I got something for him. I told Darcy, I said, I need one of those diapers. Give it to him. I'm gonna put it all under his door handles. So when he goes to open his door, he can have shit in his fingernails. And so somebody ended up telling him before he could get it done. But it was just a prank. It was all in fun, you know what I mean? It was fun. We had fun in those teams. And
How did you think of that though?
I had to get him back. That's the only thing I could think of.
That was your getting
nothing
back?
bothers Brad.
In the locker is wild.
He said, I'm going to put doo-doo up underneath the
2
door
dead ducks
handle.
in the locker
So
is
when I
wild.
yank it.
But imagine if he would have got up underneath that door handle, though.
Oh, if he would have got it and nobody told him. Ooh. Because you'd have been like, yeah, that's exactly what you would have did. You'd been like, what is this? Oh.
Yeah, it might have got on you a little bit.
Fuck around with your mustache.
Yeah.
I got a funny story about. I remember. So my twins were born when I played in Phoenix in 2008, and I was a super hands-on dad. I was so excited to be a dad. So I remember the twins had a blowout, both of them, shit out, everything. So I got them changed. I don't know where their mom was, but I had to get them changed, bathed, and everything. I did a lot. Long story short, I had to throw the stroller away. That's how nasty it was. But later that night, I'm smoking, playing video games after everyone's asleep, and I'm about to pick my nose, and I put my finger in my nose, and I smell my finger. I'm like,
shit underneath your nail.
Shit underneath my nail. But I had scrubbed myself because it was so nasty. I had to take a shower, but somehow, that's a crazy story. My bad, y'all, but it just reminded me when I had shit under my finger.
That's what happened to Brad.
Yeah, that's what would have happened to Brad.
I think we all know you play with him. You still working with him. I don't know if you play, but you probably played with the biggest prankster in the league is Shaq.
Oh, Shaq's the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't play with
Did you
him.
guys tell any stories when Shaq was here about his pranks? Shaq was
he's the
foul,
worst.
bro.
He was
I heard he
foul
shit
with
in
the Lakers.
Shaq was shitting people's shoes.
Out of pocket.
So I'm gonna tell one story. So we were playing in Phoenix here. I don't know if you guys are, but remember Lou Amundson? He played here for a year or two.
Yeah, I remember him.
Lou was cool as shit, but Shaq used to fuck with him for some reason. So Lou used to wear a mouthpiece all the time. So Shaq went in Lou's locker room. It was a game day, so we had a shoot around. Shaq went in Lou's locker, grabbed his mouthpiece, put it in his tights, under his nuts. Excuse me, ladies, I apologize. Underneath his nuts, did a whole shooter. Shaq is 300 pounds, sweats when he wakes up, like nasty. Does a whole shoot around, puts the mouthpiece back in his locker, and then just tells me. And I'm surprised I held the secret, because I can't, something like that, it's hard to hear. But anyway, by the time the game, by the time we're back, everyone goes home and takes their naps and comes back for the game. Damn. Like a couple more people know. I'm like, how y'all know? Shaq told us. Like, all right. So long story short, the dude, I don't even know who the fuck, maybe Al Gentry was putting the game plan. Lou used to always, right before we'd go out while the coach is talking, he would put his mouthpiece in and start kind of jumping around, getting hype. This motherfucker went and grabbed his mouthpiece and put it in his mouth, and we all died.
That is disgusting.
And he's like, what's going on? Like, he was still jumping around. Like, why is everyone laughing? This dude
He didn't check it. He didn't know nothing was wrong.
But why would you, like, it's in your locker. You think everything in your
nobody
locker is
supposed to do
cool.
that.
You know what I mean?
Because of the Shaq essence.
Yeah, I feel it.
I would
get
think
it.
that the Shaq essence would give something off the mouth. Like, you should know when it got, like, close
But ain't
to here.
nobody supposed to do that.
But I mean, he couldn't
Stuff you
smell
don't
it.
cr-
You would never, would you think to smell your mouth? Like, if you
I smelled my mouthpiece a couple times.
it probably smelled like shit already, but maybe it was just used to smelling like shit. He also one time, like, what else he do? He used to tackle the trainers naked. Like, he tried to corner me one time, like, naked, and I picked up a pen like, Shaq, don't make me stab you, big ass, bro. Like, I can't fight you. I'm not gonna fight you. You're too fucking big, but I'll stab you if you think you're gonna put your big 300-pound naked body on me. I'm just not.
Not
getting
rolling.
down like
Nah.
that.
You played a different game.
I'm gonna go out. You know, that might have been my last day. But yeah, Shaq was foul, bro.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a story. Me and Eddie was on Miami Heat, right? So I'm still waiting for this
Speak
film.
up, Mike. They need
I'm
to hear
still
you.
waiting for this film, right? So I never liked to guard him. So I don't like to guard the guy, my buddies. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, here we go.
huh?
Oh, okay. I
You
thought
like,
you-
to
I didn't say
play,
that.
you like to play that brother-in-law defense?
No, I
The
just
guards
I
be
just-
doing that shit.
No, he said
I
we-
didn't want to guard him.
we was on the Heat together, though.
Yeah.
He said, right?
No, I was,
No,
sorry, I
against
was
you.
on the Hawks. I was on the Hawks. You were on the Heat.
I remember
So
the
look,
story.
so we're at the free throw line, so I don't want to guard him, right? Because he can run every
Don't
fucking
believe
where.
this shit.
So I'm like, Jamal, you take Eddie, I'll take Mario. Nah, I ain't doing none of this play. Just guard me. I'm like, Eddie, come on.
Oh, that's what Eddie told you.
Yeah,
I
he
ain't
said,
doing
"Just
nothing.
He
I
said,
wasn't.
he said, guard me. So, okay, we run down the court, right? We run to the corner. So I'm just thinking, he said he ain't doing nothing, so I'm standing there.
Chilling.
He just takes off. Goes and sets a back screen for Chris Bosh. After show, he turned around and catch a shoot at three. As he's shooting it, Mike, that play wasn't for me. It wasn't supposed to be for me. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I said, Eddie, come on,
Because it
man.
wasn't. What was I supposed to do? I'm supposed
Man,
to go
what,
back.
as a basketball player, Jelani, as a basketball player, if you set a back screen, what are you setting yourself up for?
Yeah, a down
Yeah,
pick.
as
Wait.
a shooter.
Yeah.
No, can I give y'all some context to all of this, right?
Please,
So
please do.
I will. Okay, so Mario Chalmers, Chris Bosh, right? Was D-Wade. So you think they running a fucking play for me?
No.
Exactly. I cleared out the fucking baseline like they told me to when he drew it.
But they also knew Mike was guarding you, though.
Mike fell asleep.
Fell asleep.
He fell asleep. So look, so
Man,
He snoozed and
he's
you had
in
to
this,
do what you
we
had
was
to
running
do.
a
this
pistol. We
corner,
was running pistol
I'm here.
action.
What? He has to run across me. How am I fall asleep?
But you also know Eddie is like one of them J.J. Redick motherfuckers that's always
Yeah, that's why I didn't
moving,
want to
catching
guard
and
him.
shooting, yeah.
And then he'd
That's
run
why I
off.
didn't want to
He
guard
sets
him.
a back screen and gets
But
a
as I
three.
shot it, I told you I was like, this shit wasn't for me, man. My bad.
And you made it?
No, I missed that. I should have made the motherfucking shit.
Had you not given him that warning, you probably would have hit it.
Yeah, like if I didn't say nothing to him, but I was just like,
He knew he was coming.
it was
for
one of
that.
these like,
I'm still waiting for the film.
I didn't try
know
to
the
do
film,
that.
but I'll get the film and show you. I'm still waiting for it. It's been like 4 years, 5 years.
I'm trying to tell you, that wasn't, man, I'm trying to tell you, that was not a play for me. That shit just, the play broke down.
The shit just happened. I want to go back to that Laker King series. Was that 02? 01?
0102.
So,
What was that like? I mean, you guys had one of the best teams in the West. You guys had one of the best teams in the West. That
We were the
infamous-
best team, we had the best record in the league that
Yeah.
year.
Ooh.
they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
They did.
And
They
I
should have
mean,
won a championship.
I was talking mad
But you
shit in
didn't.
LA. Because we were in LA, so like the Maloofs, they'll put you on red carpets for movie premieres and stuff like that. So they had me at the radio stations, and I was telling them, like, ain't nothing they could do. Like, this shit is over.
What was it? 2-1?
They beat us the first one, we won the next two. Then
So
it
they
was
beat you in
2-2.
Sac game 1, and y'all
Yeah.
won the next two.
We won the next two. Then
He was
they
giving
won-
D-Fish problems. He just couldn't do nothing with him.
It was 2-2. So game 5, we win game 5. They win game 6 with the tip out to
Tip out.
Horry.
Ori at the top of the
Hey,
key.
can I say something? I don't mean to
Please.
cut you off, Bill.
Please.
I don't mean to cut you off. That game, I had a good seat because I wasn't playing. I was sitting in the suit fucking all year. But that that game, I walked out of the. I didn't go the normal route. I went through the stadium, out in the parking lot. I ain't never seen people go from happy to completely depressed so fucking fast in my life, bro. A minute, like 15 minutes ago, it was all cowbell.
Yeah,
that
shit.
sack shit.
We was
it was
up
loud.
20.
Yeah, it was deep.
You know, was up 20 that game?
Yes,
bro.
Damn.
And the cold thing about it, when he tipped that shit out, everybody knew
it was good.
Because Rob got this kickstand.
Yeah,
We used to call it the kickstand thing when he put his little leg up and shot it. As soon as he did the kickstand, like if you see the film, everybody was like, "Yup." You know what I mean? I'm thinking about the playoff bonus. I'm like, yeah, let's keep this shit going.
But look, even to get look. So before that, right? So Chucky Brown, you know, Chucky Brown, 14 seasons. So we're coming back from a premiere or whatever, and he's like, Mike, the NBA is going to put a refereeing crew in there that they want to make a game go the way they want. I was like,
Really?
I said, Chucky, there's nothing. I was like, Chucky, there's nothing they can do to stop it. Like, this shit's over.
He was frying.
He said, Mike, watch, they got one
Was
person.
that game 5 or game 6?
This is game 6.
This is Donahue, the motherfucker that went to prison.
No,
right?
he wasn't
Was
there.
he game 5?
Game 5, I hit the shot at the
Okay.
end. Game 6 is when
Back in-
28 free throws in the fourth quarter. So
They shot 28 free throws in one quarter.
in the fourth.
They was fouling.
In the fourth.
No
Fuck outta
defense.
here.
Huh?
Like you should, if you go back and look, it's bad. So like Chucky telling me like, Mike, they're gonna bring in a crew that's gonna, push the
Extend
game.
it.
Yeah. So
But keep your mind, for all the fans that don't know, like they don't necessarily want small market teams going to the finals.
Bad
They want
business.
big market teams going to the finals. That's why you look at last year's finals with smaller market teams, the ratings were terrible, although it was a good finals. So there's always been a conspiracy amongst players, and it might be true. They always want the bigger name team to go to the finals because they know they carry a bigger audience. But go ahead.
in that year, a new TV deal was coming up next year. So they won to LA and New York. So Chucky tells me that. So you know how they have the packet before the game, so you get to look at before the game starts. He says, Mike, look who the refs are.
Who were they? Well, if you want to whisper, I'll say it.
Bavetta,
Dick Bavetta.
Bob Delaney,
Yeah. The fix was in, but go ahead.
and there was one more. I forget, maybe Bernhardt, maybe Teddy Bernhardt. Maybe.
Somebody Google it. Find out that third ref.
But I mean, it's like. But he told me like, Mike, look who the refs are.
But isn't
And
it
we're in
crazy? I mean,
trouble.
you're a younger player at that time, so you're not even thinking that the
Yeah.
league would be
So
on
that
no
part.
shit like this.
Chucky was in his 14th
And
year.
Chuck was the OG, didn't really play, but
Played
he
in
said,
championships in
but
Houston.
he knew the game. Like Mike, they're gonna bring some people in that's gonna make this go longer.
Yeah,
And you
make
just
it-
wasn't believing it.
I didn't believe it. I didn't think they could stop it. Like the shit, we were up by 20 almost every game, especially in LA. You know, and so I mean, we shit the bed in Game 7. It was like, it was ugly.
They had stolen the momentum.
They interviewed me after the game. It might be the first time a losing player got interviewed after a playoff loss. You know what I mean? So I mean, it was like it was tough. I mean, that was our chance. And then the next year, we thought we could do it. I think
hurt.
Webb went down.
He tore his
that year.
knee, right,
Yeah,
against
he
Dallas?
tore his knee that year. And then
That window was closed.
you know what? No, it was because we played. I think we played Minnesota. The next
Minnesota.
year. And then
Yeah.
after that, we played Dallas, and that's when Webb got hurt. And then they started breaking everybody off, and that's when they traded you guys to Philly. So
You were playing. What did you average in that Lakers series? You were
He was
killing that
frying,
series. 20
bro.
something.
it was 20-something.
So
Yeah.
you probably could have won Western Conference Finals MVP, right?
Probably,
you
yeah,
were on
we
pace
were
for that.
close.
Yeah,
That would
definitely.
have been a big change in my career.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm just happy everything happened. I got to play in that series, just even to be on the court and have a chance to play with those guys.
Hey, y'all gonna have to keep that shit down back there. God damn. The audacity. let me get a drink of what y'all drinking back there. Shit. Go ahead, Mike.
And it was just that getting on the court and playing with those guys, it's like you playing with two of the top 5 players, 2 of the top 3 players that ever played the game. I'm just happy for that, you know what I'm saying? So
But you're back in Sacramento now, coaching Sak State. I mean, when I heard it, I couldn't believe it. Obviously a Sacramento legend. What is it like being back in Sacramento where you're dearly loved, but now helping the youth?
I mean, like the way the fans are there, you think got done
Still.
playing there last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's good just to show these kids and try to teach them the right way to play and hold them accountable for it and not coddle them. Try to get them, we probably got a few pros on our team that can make it to that next level and just try to prepare them and get them ready for that. That's my biggest goal for that.
One thing I can say about Mike is he loves being a teacher.
Yep.
I watched him do it, how many years was it at Shadow? 6?
6 or 7.
6 or 7
yeah.
like that. And I watched him take guys that didn't have belief in themselves and turn them into somebody that they felt like, okay, I belong. At least I know this part of it. And, you know, he coached my son for 4 years. So I got to say salute to that because it's not fake. You know what I mean? It's not just like, hey, I just want to go out here and get a check.
Yep.
It's really, I want to go out here and help these kids grow and become great young men. Not only great basketball players, but great young men in society as well.
Too,
So how's that going year one? I mean, you guys start, what, the next 2 weeks? You guys start playing games?
We got an exhibition game against New Orleans. So Master P calls me. So Master P and Shaq FaceTime me. So I get a call. I'm like, what the fuck? So they call me and they're like, they want to put together a game. So I'm like, shit, okay, we'll play. So, I mean, they took care of all the stuff. We got to fly out there.
You got to go to New Orleans?
New Orleans. We got an exhibition game out there. I think it's the 18th. We'll play them, see where we stand, get to beat up on some other people. But our first game is November 4th. We got a good team, man. We're going to be at where we're at. We're pushing them, giving them ultimatums and stuff like that, just trying to grow up a little bit.
You got to coach and talk to this generation different because they're not used to be able to cuss us out and do whatever. You can't cuss this next generation out because they'll tell on you and you'll get fired. So how do you deal?
I mean, they get cussed a little bit, but my son, it's the funny part, my son's rougher than me. My son kills me at practice.
Because he's closer to their age, though.
But he's like, Dad, come on, man, you turn us off. I'm like, Michael, you got to give a little to get. You know what I mean? You can't always kill them. You got to, okay, good job.
You might want to step on him, though.
Oh, he's killing them. He's killing them. Get on the line. Get on the line, Michael.
How was Lou Olson?
He was great.
Did you get any of your coaching style from Lou Olson?
Yeah, as far as letting these guys play, like he let us. We had a lot of strengths at U of A, and it was like go out there and play. What happened with me is he told me during the tournament, like, Mike, I need you to play like how you play what we recruited you for. Yeah. And so I was like, shit, okay.
Shoot the ball more.
Yeah. So
because you averaged like 50 in high school.
Yeah.
So
who?
You, something like it, 40 something.
It was 35.
Okay, close enough.
But for him to do that, because my son went through a lot of shit with some of the coaches that he played with, and I would never put a kid through a situation like that to where tell a kid, you can't dribble, you're only allowed to shoot, you can't do this, you can't do that. You know what I mean? I would never tell a kid that. I mean, if I see a kid working on his game, go out there and play. As long as you play hard, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And just give you confidence. And I've taken kids out for not shooting the ball. And I pulled them out. I was like, you ever been fucking taken out for not shooting? Like, no, shoot the fucking ball next time. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just you gotta give them confidence. And once you put it on the line for them like that, they'll run through a brick wall for you.
Absolutely. Eddie, you and I both have twin sons. They're in high school basketball right now. Congratulations. One of your sons just committed to Xavier. What's this journey been like of someone? Yeah, you can give it up for that one time. Obviously, 11-year pro for you and championship experience and being around some of the greatest players ever. What's it been like from the other side as a father watching your sons? And what kind of game did you give them? Did you step back? Were you hands-on with it? How did you play that dad and kind of mentor role for your sons?
I double-dutched it. You know what I mean? Didn't want to be the overbearing voice to where that's all they hearing. You know, first off, they don't like to watch film. They don't watch basketball
like that. They don't watch games.
They don't watch basketball?
They don't watch hoops.
Are you talking about
kids?
That's not you talking about the kids nowadays?
I'm talking about my kids.
Watch games.
Right now.
It's not
they
just
want.
your kid.
I'll be like, hey man, come here. Well, let's watch this game. Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm like, well, how you gonna try to get there if you ain't even paying attention to how to get there? You know what I mean? But I double-dutched that situation where at times I had to get on them. You know, a lot of times when I would go to their games at halftime is when I would just go up and just
quick
say,
holler.
Quick little something, just tell them like, hey man, listen, you're doing this, you're doing that, bam, and I'm out of there. I'm not trying to sit there and be, I don't want to be that dad. I don't want to be that voice to where they turn you off because it can happen like that quickly where now you just talking to somebody that's not really listening to you. They looking at you but not listening. You know, I'd much rather somebody not look at me and listen than, you know, look at me and not listen.
Right. So, did you have to learn that, or were you hot on them at first, or did you have to?
Well,
learn
they different than my oldest. So my oldest always listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jalen, I didn't have to really deal with nothing like that with Jalen.
Right.
With these ones,
they're wild cards.
They're different. Yeah, you know, they're different. I got one wild card, and I got one that's an overthinker. And so it's like, who's the wild card, Mike?
Caden.
Who's
Caleb. They're different.
the overthinker, right? Yeah, they're totally different. So I have to balance that part out when I talk to them. So a lot of times I don't even talk to them together. I'll talk to them one-on-one, you know, separately, so I could get that attention and be able to make sure that they understand the message. And again, I don't want the message to fall on ears that aren't listening. Right. But at the same time, you know, I'm super proud of what everybody has done, what they have accomplished. You know, my oldest son is getting ready to sign with the San Diego G League team, the Clippers. Let me give that up. Like you said, we got Xavier on the horizon, and then Caden is just going to figure out where he's going to go.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, but you know, he a 5-star, and he's going to be able to go.
And they're seniors this year, right? Where are they at?
Yeah, they're at what the hell
Compass.
is his name?
Compass. Is it a Compass?
Yeah, Compass, AZ Compass.
How the fuck you not know?
I was about to say, why you taking so long to go to school,
man? Shit, man, I got a lot of shit going on right now. You asking me a million motherfucking questions. I'm looking at this shit. I'm like,
you got two kids too at the same age too.
Okay,
Two kids at the same age. You know, I'm recruiting too. You know, I'm going after. I told Jelani earlier that I'm going after kids that had that pedigree. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to watch. So kind of. I mean, I've seen you at every tournament. Just kind of talk about. Well, you know, I seen you coaching one time. I seen you throw a marker and hit the ref in the back.
That was on purpose. Because I don't get fined no more. You remember the T's in the NBA cost $25. Now I can cuss a ref out, tell him to fuck off, and not get fined for it.
So the story is, I walk into the game, right? So I just, hey man, what's up? And that's coaches. So Matt talking to me while the game going on. Yeah, so they do something. They get a tech. He just grabbed a marker and just, boom, hits the ref in the back. Ref turned around. Throw him out. He's still talking. He don't even care what the ref. He's talking to me. We walk out the gym, and we just walk to the game from the door now. So now that you ain't coaching, so you ain't coaching.
Hey, don't
now.
believe that shit.
That's it.
No, I mean I jumped.
He got a lot better, guys.
I retired in 17 after the Warriors championship because I wanted to see my kids more and be more hands-on. So I started coaching them at that time. I appreciate that. And I think to your point, Eddie, the faster you really find out who your kids are, the easier you know how to deal with them. And my twins are like you, completely different. So dealing with them is different. So it's just been that thin line of, because I still coach them to this day, coach and dad. But I feel like, and they understand now, like I'm not a daddy ball type guy from a standpoint. I feel like if I cater to my sons, I'm going to be doing them a disservice when I'm not their coach. You know, so at one point, one was starting, one was coming off the bench. Like everything with me is earned. And you know, you have to earn your spot out there. So, you know, now they're juniors. They play for their stepdad, Derek Fisher.
Hey, how
we gotta hear that story. We gotta hear that story too. After you get done telling this story, we gotta hear that story.
How far did you drive?
15 minutes.
No, they said you drove.
Kanye blew that shit up. That wasn't no 2 hours, 90 miles. Anyway, we'll get to that a little later. No, but I feel like, I mean, to your point, I don't want to be the only voice that they hear, you know? So Derek is their stepdad, he coaches them, and then they have trainers that completely coach them. So it's just kind of, again, checking on them and managing expectations, egos, and understanding the journey. Because, I mean, Mike, to your point, kids that have pedigree, we can give you the roadmap, we can give you the blueprint. It's up to you to put the work in to get there. So that's my thing every day is, you know, we're chopping wood, carrying water. We want to continue to get better, you know, day by day, month by month. So.
One thing I want to ask you guys, because you guys are both going through it. I'm about to start going through it. Being an
Come on, Barry White. I can't barely hear what the hell you're saying.
Being an NBA kid's son, Eddie X.
Power to the people.
Yes, sir. Being an NBA kid's son, does that carry weight and stress with your kid? Being Matt Barnes' kid, being Eddie House's kid, yada, yada, yada.
They make it harder for them.
Yeah.
They do.
It's a target.
They make it harder for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you get love from it, but you also get, I mean, I remember my kid coaching my kids at 9 years old with parents cussing at them. You know what I mean? Or referees fucking them over because of, you know, my reputation and what I've done. So I've seen it work in a positive manner, but I've also seen it work in a negative manner. But I also think the whole time is building their character, you know what I mean, and preparing them for whatever God throws at them.
So I got a question for you, though, with this. You haven't been through the recruiting situation with your kids yet, right? So for me, I'll tell you how I handle it. So I make sure that that's the one thing that I am hands-on with. Okay. A lot of times I take a step back, let everything else happen. But when it comes down to talking to coaches, assistant coaches, head coaches, trainers, all that stuff, I need to know Because I'm trusting you with my son.
And you was a whole ass pro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trusting you with my kid.
Yeah.
And so I need to know exactly where we stand at. Because what we not finna play about is our kids. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna stay solid with that. And so for me, I always like try to keep it, when I do talk to the coaches, very transparent of where I'm coming from. Like, hey, listen, I ain't no helicopter dad. But at the same time, I ain't gonna let you fuck my kid over. And if you have something that's gonna go on, just pick up the phone. Like if you got somebody, just let me know. We could go somewhere else because it's like that. So you're gonna have to deal with that pretty soon. So how are you gonna navigate?
Yeah, I mean, I think similar way, you know, understanding and have been there, but at the same time allowing whatever person to do their job. But to me, it's conversations. But this is a whole different movement now. You know what I mean? The transfer portal and kids are 25 years old, still playing college sports. Like the game is fucked up right now. You know what I mean? So I think one of the most important things you have to understand is where you're deciding to go to school. It's not about the biggest name no more. It's about, because there's the internet now. So as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, you can play anywhere and get to the league. You know what I mean? So to me, it's about the right fit, not the name on the jersey. It's about, how, you know, what are your plans with my sons? You know, where do you see them? Because my boys, I don't know if your boys are going to play together. My boys want to play together, and they told me they want to play together in college. So, you know, what are my plans? You know, what are your plans with my son? So again, it's just an open dialogue and something that, you know, I'm excited to cross when we get there.
So look, so when the NIL first came out, right? So I basically, Jalen's last NIL with his school, I kind of negotiated that, right, for him. And I talked to the guy who was basically the, whatever they call him, like the man, the person that is the bank. You know what I'm saying? And so I had a good conversation with him, and he was able to set it up and get Jalen what he wanted. Jalen was asking for this, so you know, but they were shortchanging him at first, but Jalen got what he wanted. And so when it comes to that, the NIL, is that something that's going to play in effect to you? Because Kalik actually took less money to go to Xavier than to go somewhere else. Oklahoma State was on him. And he took less money.
Yeah, to me it won't
because he felt like it was an opportunity.
Yeah, to me it won't be about the money, to be honest with you, because we're good where we're at. To me, it's about fit and what is your plan, you know, with my son. So it won't. Money is great, but you know, even to this day, I think we were talking back. Like I've kept a few little NIL things away and have kept some of the bigger schools that are recruiting them away because I feel like kids get a false sense of security. Oh, so-and-so's recruiting me and putting it on IG. And I feel like with this generation, they're taking their foot off the gas too soon because they're getting everything that we had to work for to get to the league. They're getting it in high school now. So I don't want any, we're gonna stay locked in. I want to transition a little bit. Mike, you're a grandpa now. Papa Mike.
Papa Mike.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, both y'all. But
Yeah,
you
me
been one,
too.
right?
Huh?
You got a granddaughter? One
Yes,
granddaughter?
I got a
You
granddaughter.
2 months.
What's it like? Y'all are grandpas. Like, did you
We
ever
getting
like?
old. We getting old, man. We getting old, man. But it's a blessing. Like you look back. I mean, I was the last person told, I think, in the family because they didn't know how to react.
I heard in your family you're the last to know everything.
No, that's what I was talking about. But I mean, it's good. But like, you get back and you know to see your kids grow up and have a family of their own. You know, it's like I said, it's a blessing. I mean, like the most beautiful baby in the world. You know, you look at it and you smile and you want to be. You know, we take care of it. It's with us a lot of the time. So, I mean, it's just a blessing, man, just to see the kids grow up. You know, my youngest now is about to be 17. You know, it's always be daddy's baby. I got daddy's little girl. I got daddy's princess. I got daddy's princess's princess. So, I mean, it's going all the way down the line. So, I mean, it's just a great blessing. The other two girls don't get in a rush. Okay, we're not in a
Take your
rush.
time. Take your time, ladies.
All right, so.
Eddie, you're a papa too.
Yeah.
You told me the best part of being a grandfather is you can give them back now.
Yeah, because you can have a lot of fun with them, and then as soon as they get to fussing, you can take the baby. But I will say, besides that, how beautiful she is. She has Jalen's face. She reminds me of Jalen, like just the way she looks.
Attitude like you wouldn't believe.
And
she
she's
got attitude?
a little sassy. She's a little sassy. And she has the like Jalen's gibberish that he used to have when he was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? When he was that age. So you really can't make out what she's saying sometimes.
But you get it.
But you know what she's saying.
Yeah.
And then the other part is the most rewarding, I would say, is the fact that I look at my son and I see the man that he has become and how great of a father he is.
That's dope.
The patience that he has. You know, he has super patience. You know, he's not, you know, doesn't yell at her, you know, none of that stuff like that. He's always watching her over top of her. And so that to me is the most rewarding part of it right there.
All right, we're coming down the home stretch right now. The NBA tips off soon, so I'm gonna throw some shit around with you guys. Kawhi Leonard's Clipper drama.
Damn.
Y'all think he's gonna get in trouble? What are your guys' thoughts with Kawhi and Ballmer in the plant money?
He act like he don't know. He knew. He knew. I mean, it was just, you see what his dad was trying to do in Toronto too. His dad wanted a piece of the.
Oh, that's his uncle.
Yeah, well, he wanted a percentage of the team. He wanted a charter
Uncle
flight.
Dennis going there tripping, huh?
Yeah, come on, man. So I mean, if they were doing that there, they were doing that. He was doing that all around, man. I think.
Hey, do you think he's gonna get in trouble?
I don't think he's gonna get in trouble, man. I think they're just gonna sweep that under the rug. He say, she say right now. There's no definite like, yeah, you did this. I mean, and at the end of the day, I think this has been happening throughout the league forever.
I agree, and the good thing about Kawhi is he be out the way, right? He's
Quiet.
not on every commercial, on every right.
Not
He's
on
usually
social
out the way,
media.
not on social media,
Right.
so it's kind of easy for this story to kind of
Blow
go
over.
away.
Yeah. The Lakers. You got
Yes,
some Laker fans
sir.
in here? Woo woo. The Lakers are shifting their focus from LeBron to, I think it's Luka's team now. We've all played. Oh, you guys are happy about that? We've all played with superstars, and sometimes superstars kind of have a hard time handing over the reins to who's next. What are your guys' thoughts about Lakers focusing and understanding LeBron's greatness and who he is and what he's accomplished, but understanding that Luka is in his 26th, I think, and handing the keys to Luka?
I don't think he handed. I think Luka's taking them.
Oh, okay.
It's two different things.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? I think Luka's going out there and is saying, hey, this is going to be my team. What he did do is I think he leaned on LeBron to be like, how you be getting in shape like this? How you stay in shape?
Yeah.
And he'd have got his body
He was
together.
like a new person.
Yeah, so he did all the right things. You know, he stole the game, and as you should, though.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But Luka been the man since he's been 15. He's been playing in Real Madrid against 20-year-olds since he was a little kid, and he's not from here. You don't have the same reverence for LeBron as Americans do, right? He thinking about like Jokic and like the European stars. Like the LeBron stuff is cool, like you said, it's obviously LeBron. But for me, Luka, like he's been doing this shit since he was 13. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So LA looks attractive. I agree with what you said. Like he got in shape from the LeBron. That's obviously the easiest thing he can do is steal a game on that point. But I just think, like you said, he took it. He's like he's not from over here. You know what I mean? He's been the man since he was 13. Kind of like Ricky Rubio. Remember how Ricky Rubio came over? He was the man in Spain for a minute since he was like 15, 16, and he came over and he kind of just was able to play. He wasn't caught up in all the hype shit or trying to get attention. So I think it's time. It's Luka's team, and I mean, what year is this for LeBron?
22 or 23.
Come on,
Mike,
bro.
how do you feel that LeBron will handle? This is going to be probably maybe the first time since he's played basketball that it's not his team.
I mean, but he hasn't declined any.
No, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? So like, I mean, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fascinating to see how he reacts to it. No one can see how he reacts to it. Like you say, he's been the man for 23 years. I mean, and he averaged 20-something points last year.
Right.
Anybody over year 20, the highest point average like 7 points a game. So for him to keep doing it at that high level, I think it's gonna be tough to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow, you know. So that's all. I think it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for him.
But let me say this though. Do you think that this is his last year? Because I think the most important thing for him was to play with his son. He did that last year. Even though he didn't decline, his game didn't decline. He's still putting up crazy ass
But you
numbers.
saw he ran out of gas last year, though.
You know what I'm saying? But you could see, he started getting tired. So this could possibly be his last year. And it's like, because you know, man, we've all played. We played this game, and you get to that point where, you know, that early morning run, the late night shots, you be like, damn.
I think
you know,
he wants to go out on
when
his
you
own,
get to that
on his own
point, you
terms,
know,
I think.
like, man, it's
Well, I'm
over.
interested because he has a son that's right up the street, right? Or maybe down the freeway. But obviously the goal was to play with both sons. So Will Bryce be ready to be a one and done? I ain't no telling, but with the dad who the dad is, I mean, is Bron's last spin to play with his other son? It may not be in LA, but it could be.
I think he wants to go out on his own terms. You know, a guy at that level would want to say, hey, I want a farewell tour, maybe let me go around and see everybody. And I don't think he just wants to gallop into the wind and just be like, oh shit, where the Bron? He's not playing anymore? You know, so I think he wants that kind of farewell tour.
And he does have the influence to where if he did want to play with Bryce,
there's no question.
You know, he could definitely.
Do you see LeBron living in a world where he doesn't average 20 points? Or 30 points? Do you think LeBron would be cool averaging like 7, 8, 9, playing 20 minutes? And like, what if championships came with it?
No.
I don't think so.
So there's no world that
No,
exists
I don't think that he would want.
Be LeBron.
I think he would look at that as like he didn't even contribute to the championship.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think anything under 20, he's out of here.
Yeah.
We got any Suns fans in here?
What is that?
I'm sorry. I'm playing. I'm glad you guys got Sarver's punk ass out of here though. But young Phoenix Suns, they just got Jalen Green, right?
Yep.
Brooks.
Booker, still Booker's being very loyal. I respect that. I don't really keep up too much with the Suns. What's the Suns? The Suns got a chance to make any noise in the Western Conference?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think.
What y'all need? Y'all need Mike. Y'all need Mike to come back?
Shit. I can't believe they traded KD though. I mean, KD is still a top player in the NBA, and to trade it for two guys, that, you know, I mean, just kind of like the same
young and
player.
talented.
Yes, yeah, I mean, but like KD, man, come on.
Kevin Durant's one of the greatest.
Yeah, come on.
One of the greatest. So it doesn't seem like everyone's too high on this team. I want to ask this because I mean we came in a time where stars wanted to stay set with their team for their career. Booker's kind of exemplifying some of them same traits. If you guys were Booker, would you guys sign the extension and stay, or would you guys look for a situation where you could possibly get to a better team and win?
I would sign the extension, and then if I wanted to move on, then I move on. Mm-hmm. But you gotta secure that bag. Yeah, you got to.
It's times when you gotta go. Like when I was in Sacramento, I didn't want to leave,
but the writing was on the wall.
It was time. Mm-hmm. You know, like Petrie knew it was time. I knew it was time, but I didn't want to leave. So I mean, I think it's time. You know what I mean? Just to put him in a better situation so he could show his skills in better situations and maybe win the championship.
But I also think, though, that I don't think that they built the team the right way, right? So they have the same type of guys. You know, they got Bill, who going to be looking to get money. You got KD can fit in with anywhere. He's a plug and play. So we're not even going to talk about him. But Book and the same thing. I actually thought that when they got that point guard, I thought that was going to help. The one from
Tyus
Jones. Tyus Jones. I thought that was going to help, but it just didn't help. I mean, he didn't have the ball in his hands enough. He played a lot with the second unit, and so when I looked at the way the Suns were constructed as a team, it just doesn't look like a team that's going to go anywhere. Yeah. It's going to go far.
I think getting Bradley Beal set this organization back a long time. They said the organization, because again, to your point, you got another similar player to Booker and Kevin Durant, and they didn't have no one to get the ball to no one. So you thought Tyus Jones was the one, but I thought what they had to give up, and I think it was some insider trading from a standpoint of like, wasn't Beal's agent family with the owner or something? There was like some kind of tie that made the Beal situation.
Yeah, in the front office.
Yeah,
like,
so there were some ties, but I really feel like that move set this organization back a handful of years. Like it was a really bad move that didn't amount to anything. They paid a ton of money, they had one of them teams where like it's like a bodybuilder that only lifts his upper body. Like upper body, they tough. Them legs as skinny as can be. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to win in the league this year or these days. You see all these teams that are winning the finals, they have depth. They're 8, they're 9, they're 10 men deep.
That's it right there.
And Phoenix, although they were great at the top with their 3 stars, they didn't have no depth.
You need Westbrook.
You think Westbrook would help?
Would Phoenix take Westbrook? Would y'all like Westbrook in Phoenix?
He's sitting at the crib right now.
I like to see him in Sac.
Yeah, Westbrook is sitting at the crib right now.
Schroeder, I think, is going to help Sacramento a lot.
You think so?
Yeah, because I went
to. Like the Menace? You don't like Dennis the Man?
I went to.
No, man, he was with the Celtics, man. I watched him play. I was so happy when we got rid of him.
He's
I
gonna
was
help
like,
them,
he got to go.
He's gonna help them. I was just at the training camp. Just he's smart. The way he plays, man. I think, and coming off the what he get MVP in the
Euro stuff.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna have a lot of confidence. He doesn't really have to do much. He got all those guys over there that can play anyway. And I think Westbrook would be a great fit in Sacramento.
Well, that's an older team now. You got DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. You got Sabonis. They tried to get rid of Malik Monk.
They got some heat over there.
They got talent. Can it come together?
Yeah.
Can that Sacramento team come together?
Doug's a good one.
Yeah.
Doug
Shout out Doug.
Malik
Monk, Christie, yeah.
He has passion for him, and he plays for a kid. Doug was, I was doing TV on a game one night, and one of the players said something to Doug, and Doug was like, "Motherfucker!" And they had to hold him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Doug don't play that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, "Doug, who you about to fight?" He was like, "Draymond, I'm about to fight his ass." I'm like, "Damn!" He said some crazy shit to him, but
You know,
that just
Doug
shows
throws hands.
Yeah,
too.
so Doug has that passion, and he's gonna coach. He's gonna coach his ass off with these guys. So I mean, I think it's a good situation.
Yeah, I hope the best for Dougie. What about Mike Brown to the Knicks? Will it work? I got one hand saying, fuck no. Oh, my bad.
I'll say this. The one thing about Mike Brown is that first year.
It's always good. Mike is a great
exactly.
person. He's just, to me, he's not a leader of men. You have to be, I couldn't imagine it now because these kids are making so much money. You have to have the respect of them. And I think Mike is such a nice guy. That's what fucks Mike up. Mike wants to be cool with everyone instead of putting his foot down like, this is my team, this is what's going on. So that's why I feel like I've seen it. He was my coach with the Lakers. We had Mike after Phil Jackson retired. And when I tell you, rest in peace to my dog Kobe and Ron Artest, they walked all over that motherfucker. They used to sub themselves in and out of games. I'm just like, oh shit.
Hey, you was about to try it. Like, hold on, let me.
I knew better. I'm a little crazy. I'm not stupid. I'm crazy. I'm not stupid. I know I can't sub my motherfucking self in the game, and then he came to. I think he learned a lot in Golden State underneath Steve Kerr. I think Mike Brown is a great second chair. Because when you sit in that second chair, if this is the first chair, when I tell you there's such a night and day difference sitting in the head coaching chair, I think Mike is a great assistant coach. I wish him the best, but I've seen it firsthand in Sacramento. His first year came in, brought Golden State's system. They made the playoffs for the first time, and Price and Salati, you were born, and then he lost the respect of the team quickly. So now you're going to a New York media market that's going to try to eat your ass, try to eat you up. Every mistake, there's a lot of pause going on these days, so I had to change my words. So I think Mike is a good guy. I just don't think the situation is going to work because he's too nice for his own good.
It's just, I feel like the first year, especially the way the East is depleted, right? So it's so wide open in the East, and they're one of the top teams in the East. I say they got to be one of the top three teams in the East right now that's going to compete. And so going into training camp, you feel that. You know how when you feel like you got a shot, and then now his message is new to them. And next year, that same message that he's telling everybody, everybody be like, I heard that before. You know what I mean? And I think that's where he loses the team, is that his message doesn't change. He doesn't evolve with how he's supposed to be speaking to each and every one of the individual players. And then as a group, collectively, how he's supposed to be speaking to the team. You know what I mean? Like, Mike, remember the time when we were in Miami? We're playing together in Miami. And Spo kept rewinding it on you. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember that?
Okay, right, I remember.
And he didn't show D-Wade's bullshit ass effort that he had, right? Let that shit go right by. But then he picked Mike out and was like,
that's how Doc Rivers almost got beat up with me.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers did that shit to me. That's why I got traded.
He said, remember, I contested Derrick Rose shot. He rewinded back. He said, Mike, you couldn't get back here and rebound? I said, I'm like, I'm motherfucking playing 12 minutes a game, man. Just leave me alone, man. Ain't nothing I do over here going to affect the game at all. You know what I mean? But that's what he'd do. He'd pick out the guys that wasn't really doing shit. You know what I mean?
The only thing that might work was Tib and Mike Brown, they share a part of a brain, which is that basketball shit. They like being in the gym, right? They detail-oriented. Some of that Tibbs message and Mike Brown could be the same because they're used, because Tibbs is crazy. You got to practice, you know what I mean? So really hard on the starters. Mike Brown, kind of like when he was with Sac, did he play a deep bench? He was like 6, 7 deep.
I don't think they really had
I think
that much.
Tibbs kind of does the same thing. There's some similarities in Mike Brown and
I think Tibbs, the difference between them two, what Tibbs and Mike Brown, the way Mike Brown is, Mike Brown will probably go into his rotation where, think about it, if you've been busting your ass all summer, then you come to camp, you have a good camp, then you get an opportunity here and there, and then you really don't be playing that much. Yeah, that could lose the locker room. And then you start wearing down guys like Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, you overusing these guys. And I think that's where Tibbs got in trouble.
For sure.
I don't think he trusted the rest of the players.
For sure.
Mike, top 3 teams in the Western Conference this year.
OKC, Houston. No.
Sorry.
Y'all know he ain't gonna say
I'm
that.
trying to think who else. Houston, Oklahoma. Yeah, Denver. Of course, Denver, yeah.
Yeah, Denver got better.
Your top 3 in the West.
You know I'm gonna say Lakers.
We said top 3 in the West.
Yeah, not bottom 3.
Okay.
Lakers. Everybody sleep on Dallas?
I like Dallas.
I do too.
If Dallas is
healthy,
That's a good team over
Dallas
there.
is healthy,
Yeah,
Dallas is
I
gonna be a problem.
like Dallas, and obviously OKC. I like them to running back. They're super young, but Dallas is sneaky,
Yeah.
bro. That's a good team.
Top 3.
I like OKC number 1. I'm gonna go Houston number 2, and I'm gonna go Dallas number 3 if they're healthy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at
Health is a
Matt.
big
Right.
part.
Yeah.
Top 3 in the East.
Top 3 in the East right now. I'm gonna go with the Boston. No, I'm just playing. Even though I love them to death, man. I know we ain't gonna be there. I gotta say Cleveland.
Top 3 in the East.
I say Cleveland,
yep.
New York, and I'm gonna give y'all a sneaky team. I'm gonna give you a sneaky team. The Magic is a good team, but I actually believe that Atlanta is gonna be a sneaky team this year. They didn't sign Trae Young to that extension, so he's gonna have a lot of shit to play for.
Yeah.
They got Kristaps Porzingis. They got great depth on the wing. They can defend.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They got length, all that. So I pick Atlanta to be one of those sleeper sneaky teams.
Like around 5 or 6.
I could say 4,
Okay.
I like
Jelani,
that.
who's your
Orlando?
even 3.
I like
I like
Paulo.
the-
Paulo.
yeah.
I think
I
Paulo's
think
have a
Paulo's one of the
breakout
most underrated. That motherfucker in his career is averaging 30 points a game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We had
And
a Jordan event, right? And like we're in the water, we're in the beach and stuff. And we look over, we see a guy running, like on vacation. He's working out every morning. He's running in the sand. He's working whatever he is. So I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year.
I think Desmond Bane was a great pickup too, because he's not a second option in Memphis. He's a great third option. So you got Paulo
Wagner.
and what's the other boy's name?
Franz Wagner.
Wagner. He's
Yeah.
tough. And
Yep.
I think Bane
And then
is
they're
a
going to
good
get
third.
they're going to get his brother back because he was hurt
was hurt.
last year.
So who you got? You said Orlando,
Cleveland.
Cleveland,
And shit.
New York.
New York's always, I think they're a great regular season team. And once it gets to the playoffs, like I said, he was wearing them down. So, New York ain't a bad pick either, but I think Cleveland might win it.
The East is light.
Cleveland might win what? The
Cleveland win
East,
the East.
I think Cleveland might win
You think
the
Cleveland
East.
wins the East?
I think they might win the East.
You know why I don't think that they could win the East? I mean, I think Evan Mobley is a baller.
Yep.
Is Garland consistent enough?
That's the thing.
I think they just too small up front.
That 2 front. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it showed like the 2. If we're thinking back to 2 smaller, like a small backcourts are tough. You know what I mean? Like as good as C.J. McCollum and Dame Lillard were, they never. The smaller backcourts are tough to.
Especially when you
advance.
have, if you're going against a team that has length
Yep.
and they can switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
As opposed to coming off a pick and roll and they playing that
There's
drop
a big
coverage.
drop coverage.
Yeah, so
Lon, who's your 3?
I like Detroit. I like
think
that
Detroit's
Detroit.
Detroit is a good one, too.
Yeah, I like Detroit. I like the Orlando. Shout out J Mose. That's my homie. He's been in the game for a long time. He's doing a lot with those. The team loves him. I ain't never seen a group of young kids that like a head coach like J Mose. So I'm gonna go for that. But I mean, I guess New York. But what version of New York are we gonna get? Right. This is Mike Brown's New York. Is he gonna rest Jalen? So are they gonna? I don't think they're gonna make no moves or get no other players. I kind of like New York, but to Bibb said, the East is kind of. This is one of them years that the East is kind of down right now. It's a little light work right now.
I think the winners will come out of the West.
Facts.
Last question before we take some audience questions. Eddie, one thing you would tell your younger self? Shave your chest?
yeah. I would have said that, especially with the jersey. I would have been like, yeah, let me do that. But no, real talk, I would have told myself to really get a little bit more lost in the game. I could say this. Going to college, I was lost in the game. That's all I did. Getting to the league, you know, you become a father. You have a bunch of different responsibilities. You have people pulling at you from every different way, and you trying to satisfy everybody. And I would have just been like, hey, you know, just focus on you, get your shit together, get lost in the game, and everything else will work out. So that's probably what I'll tell myself.
Mike.
I don't even know. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just.
Hey, you got drafted second?
Yeah, everything, you know, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. It was just like, I'm here, you know, you get make choices, you do all that stuff, but I'm glad with how the stuff happened, and I mean that's what it was supposed to be.
That's what it was, Jelani.
I'll echo what he said. I wish I would have just paid more attention to the game. It's so easy when shit goes right and left in your career to concentrate on other shit. You start getting hurt and injured because you're so far away from the game and your energy is on shit that really doesn't have anything to do with why you got to playing this game in the first place. And I gotta admit, when I got to the league, I don't know if y'all felt this way. I think I asked you this. I was a little disappointed. Right, when I met a couple of my heroes, started to see it was a business and shit, I'm like, this ain't no way, this is the shit that I have posters on my wall for and VHS tapes and hung on every minute of video, you know what I mean? When you get inside it and you understand when the business shit starts kicking in, it's easy to forget about how much you love the game and how much you sacrifice. So to echo what you said, I would concentrate more on myself and deal with the ups and downs and pour it back into basketball instead of other bullshit.
What about you, man?
What about you, Matt?
I think my fire is what allowed me to play as long as I did, but I would have controlled my fire a little better. And I think my biggest mistake early on was taking less money to win, because I felt like if I win, I'm going to be an integral part of that team and I'm going to get paid. And I got stuck in kind of being labeled as a guy that would take less money later in free agency. So I feel like if I would have, because I turned down some good, 5-year deals early on and took 3 or took a 1 instead of a 3. So I think I would have, now looking back on that, I would have took the money and made it work over, I want to try to win. So control my badass temper.
That ain't gonna happen.
And take it, well, I'm way different now, no playing. But thank you guys, we appreciate you guys. We've got some time for some questions. Stand up, say your name, where you from, and what's your question?
Hey, I'm Will Lightning, man. My question is, for you guys spoke about the NBA and the differences in the front office, or not the front office, but the NBA itself. But for you, Matt, what was it like being not the face of Bad Boys, but what was it like dealing with the NBA and your attitude and just like how you...
I think reputations are earned whether good or bad, and I think I had to do a lot of shit to get in the league and make it. I was tested often, light skin, good hair, this dude's a punk. So, I had a real, probably 3-year stretch where it was, are we gonna fight or are we gonna hoop? You know what I mean? And I think, although I outgrew that it kind of stayed with me my entire career. So I think, when I was able to transfer into media, people were like, damn, you can speak, you're educated. Like everyone just thought I was a dumb thug, crazy, woo woo. So I think there was a misconception of who people thought I was and who I actually was. I mean, I played with both these guys and, I'm one of the most likable, coolest dudes on the planet. I'm not tooting my own horn, but people fuck with me, once you get to know me. But I think I came in a time where there wasn't social media. So what you saw is what you got. So if you saw me cussing the ref out or slapping a coach in the summer league, like you thought, oh, this dude's got problems. So I think my reputation preceded me a little bit, and I think it kind of held me back from opportunities in situations that if I would have took a little step back and maybe had a little bit more guidance, that I would have, profited from more.
And all of you guys in your roles in the NBA were phenomenal. Loved watching you for the time that you were in the NBA for sure. But what was it like when you exited the NBA and you went to these different NBA teams and
like I said, it was time to move on. You know, I mean, you know, I shed a tear a little bit, you know, looking at all the stuff, leaving and stuff, but I just knew it was time to go. You know what I mean? At the time, I remember I had great times there. It was probably the best years of my career that I had there. It was just time for me to go. So I knew it was. I moved on. I had a different role. When I went to Atlanta, I kind of took the Vlade role when I went to Atlanta.
You
know,
smoking
just
cigarettes in the locker room?
just kind of being the veteran. You know, we had, you know, Al Horford's rookie year. Josh Smith was in his third or fourth year. Marvin Williams, Josh Childress, Zaza. So we went all the way down the line. I just, you know, got these guys together like, hey, when we land, we're going to the mall. We're going to go to California Pizza Kitchen. Everybody's going to go eat. Together. Yeah, we're going to go eat, hang out. We're going to go eat this. We're going to walk around the mall. So it kind of got everybody going and hanging with each other more. And we were just, you know, I knew it was time to go. And I got to that. After that, I didn't really want to play in New York. Woody made me play in New York, but I knew I was done. But just, you know, I lost the fire that I had. It was just time to give up.
Thank you for your questions, bro.
My name is Hector. I'm from Phoenix. I grew up with Matt in the Bay in San Jose. My question to you guys is, last year we saw the playoffs. We saw Indiana Pacers go on an unbelievable run where, you know, you walked away from games and you were just like, how did that happen? Can you guys recall a time when you guys were either gut punched with a win, it just came out of nowhere, you thought you guys were going to win this and then you lost, or the other side where you guys were just kind of like, hey, I can't believe we pulled that out?
I got two of them. 2011, we're up 13, 6 minutes left.
In Miami?
In Miami. 2011 in the finals against Dallas. We're getting ready to go up 2-0. 13, you know, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and up 13 with 6 minutes left, you should book that, right? And we end up losing that game. So that was the gut punch. And then the one where I was like, damn, we did that, was when we played the Lakers in 08. We were down 24, and I hadn't been playing. And Doc put me in the game, and I came out there, I think I finished with 11. You know, hit some big threes. Poles hit some big threes, and we ended up coming back. We walked their ass down. In the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, we looked up, and we had a team full of, you know, we was wild. Our team was wild. So we look up, P.J. Brown dunk it, blow, and it's 2-point lead, Lakers. We was like, oh, we got their ass. We got that. They don't want it. They don't want it. And then everybody started getting hyped. We went out there and ran away with that game. I actually hit the shot to go up for the first time. It was the ugliest shot I ever made in my life. It rolled around like this and then went in. I mean, I leaned in and used all my body language for it to go in. But it went in, we went up, we never looked back, and we won that game. Came down 24 in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. And at that point, we knew that, you know, basically it was over. We were going to be champions that year.
I think mine is the dope side of it was that We Believe team. We were a bunch of just bad misfits, smoking, drinking every night, but came together at the right time and ended up beating Dallas when, you know, Dirk, they won 67 games. Dirk was the MVP, and we were able to just go out there and really take it from them. And I think that was one of the most like, wow, you know, it's crazy to think that we only won one series. We lost the next round to Utah, but that team is still kind of glorified and talked about. And there's a documentary in the making about that team. And then I think the gut punch was my Lob City teams. I think we had so much talent, but we butted heads all the time. But we were up 3-1, Game 5 against Houston, going into the fourth quarter at home up 17. And the bench came back and beat the shit out of us. And we were already thinking like we're gonna go play the Warriors in the Western Finals. And this is before the Warriors took off. Like we were beating the Warriors consistently. I think that year it might've been 3-1 or 2-2, but it was gonna be a battle in the Western Finals. And we kind of, I wouldn't say we overlooked them, but James Harden hadn't been playing well. They brought the bench in with Corey Brewer and Josh Smith, and they beat us, and then Gentlemen swept us from there. They beat the shit out of us the next 3 games. So that was like the one chance where we thought that Lob City team could have, you know, gave the Warriors a run for their money and possibly went to the finals.
I mean, I'm not gonna bring up one of my favorite moments. I don't want Bib to relive it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's one of my bad ones. That's one of my bad ones. So we'll share that one together. Your good one, my bad one.
Yeah, like I said, I knew, we talked about it backstage. I knew when Rob hit that kickstand, like everybody knew that was good. But I mean, what I will say about those moments is, like he said, it can be one random thing. It could be a dunk, a look, an N1, something happens and you can be down like 20 points and you'll look at your teammates and your coaches and like, everybody knows, now we about to come back and win this shit. You know what I mean? And like
that's how the game goes.
Yeah, the belief is so fast, and like if you ain't in, you out. Like if you in the huddle and they catch one person that don't believe you about to come back from 26 points, they don't fuck with you like that no more. Your season is a little different. But if you in those moments, whether you're a role player or a star, big for role players, because like you could be not playing for 2 weeks, come in and hit a couple buckets, get an and one, change the tide of the game. Now you playing more. Right now, the fans fuck with you a little bit more when you come back home. If it's a road game, you come back home, you check in the game, they cheer a little louder. You know what I mean? If you ain't got the bid package, you ain't the number 2 pick. You know what I mean? That can change your career. You know, your trajectory of your season of your career.
Shit, the bad one. He already said my bad one. So, I mean, it was just like you said. There's up and down games, man. You know when those games are coming. You just hold on tight and go for the ride.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Mike over here.
Hello, I'm Rob. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. My question is for Mike Bibby. How does it go when you're in high school and you got this coach like Lute Olson comes to talk to you and your parents, and how does that recruiting process go? And like, how do you feel? And do you go home and talk to your parents about it every night? Did they handle it? Did you have a choice? How did that go? Because that fascinates me.
It was my decision to make. You know, I mean, there was my top 3 schools were UCLA, Arizona, and Duke. I took it unofficial to UCLA. Herrick was there. Yeah. And it was good. Like I came in the gym, they were chanting my name, and I was like, I like this too. But it was too far. It was too far of a trip. You know, Arizona's hour and 15 minutes down the road. I would drive back every weekend. But you know, the person that really recruited me was Coach Evans. You know, Jesse Evans. He was the main guy. He did everything he could do to get me there. You know, I mean, like I try to tell the kids that I coach with now, like I didn't. It's not like I didn't see Coach Olson a lot, but I didn't see him as much as my kids see him because you know, I mean, like in the recruiting trip, I saw him at dinner. Yep. And he came to my house. Like that's the only times they recruit. Evans. Coach Evans did all the recruiting, but I mean, it was an easy decision for me. It was close to home. I wanted to be close to home, to where my family could come see me play every game, and I committed when I was a junior, so I knew I wanted to go there, you know, from early stages. Shit, I wish.
$1,000 handshake.
I wish. I was getting Pell Grant back then. No $1,000 handshakes over here. Pell Grant is when you're at the lowest part, and you get a check.
I don't know why he keeps saying that he didn't get no cheese.
Bill was riding Lexus.
Man, I went to that school right there, and we was weak as hell. And guess what? I got some cheese. Yeah.
That wasn't in college. Shit, that was LeBron got a Hummer in high school, not me. I was driving my mom's 1986. You want to put some money on that? You want to put some money on that? 1986 Honda Accord. No air conditioning, no power steering.
With the house
you
speaker
got the cloth
in the back.
seats?
Yes.
The cloth seats?
And the top of it would touch your head, you know, it'd come down into
yeah.
That's what we would call a bucket.
Hummer. That's crazy, ain't it?
All right, state your name and where you from.
Kai, I live here in Phoenix. And my question is for everybody on the panel. Which young player in the league today reminds you most of yourself?
I'd say for me, Van Vliet. Just the way that he scores and just the way he stuff and just how he could create for his teammates. Just watching him and McCollum, I think, kind of just watching it, I think it's kind of similar style to me.
I think you and Van Fleet got the same pigment.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who would you give your player comp to right now? Who's Matt Barnes in the league right now?
I don't know. They don't.
They don't play defense.
They don't play
and
3 and D
shit.
no more. So I'm not sure.
Nah.
Telling you a shooting, man.
He can shoot and score. Not the Draymond can't. This is
I don't know who I could.
Who would be a Eddie House?
Dylan Brooks.
That's a good one for you, Dylan Brooks.
He be on some bitch ass shit though.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he be on some bitch ass shit. I like Dylan Brooks though.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I have no idea. Thinking about who.
Just instant offense at 6'3".
I don't know who the hell.
Maybe I'll give him Derek Lively. He be trying to block shots, catch a lot and
you.
shit. Yeah,
That's
I'll
you.
give myself Derek
Yeah.
Lively. Yeah, he was like, nah, I ain't Derek
I'm like,
Lively.
Derek
I'm talking about
Lively.
for you, Eddie. Shit.
Yeah, nah, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't see people really running around like how I played. You know what I'm saying? Moving off the
100
screens.
miles per hour.
100 miles per hour.
100 miles per
Well,
hour.
he told us before the show that they don't even make the cloth he was built out of no more. So that's probably why. Right?
You understand me? Yeah, you understand me?
Go ahead.
What up, y'all? My name is Mike Hilty. I play for the Mason Monsoons, just a young hooper out here. With all the movement and trading that y'all went through and everything, most of y'all play for 6+ teams. I don't want to mention the history and nothing, but some of with all the adversaries and everything you guys had to deal with, how does that affect your mentalities and the performances personally?
I think the biggest thing you got to understand is it's a business, and when you find out it's a business, it breaks your heart a little bit. And then mental toughness, because we all can do if you're lucky enough to get there and play past 8-10 years, like it's here is what allows you to continue to go. So I would just say for me personally, it's just mental toughness and putting in the work, continuing to put in the work, and understanding your role also. I think understanding your role, once you find your role, like I played 15 years, I probably could have played 18 years because I knew what my role was. It wasn't always the role I wanted, but it was a role that was going to allow me to stay in the league and make money and play the game that I love. So understanding your role and mental toughness for me.
I think also where you get drafted at, number one, and how you get developed. I got drafted by the Miami Heat, spent 3 years there, so I got developed under Stan Van Gundy, great dude. Pat Riley, very tough. Used to call me in his office all the time because I used to be out kicking it, and he would actually give me game, like, hey man, you need to chill out. You don't need to be out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't know this part, that Mickey Arison, the owner, owned all the clubs.
All of them.
So they knew everything that was going on. So I'm coming in thinking I'm cool. They like, nah, yeah, you was out. I'll be like, huh? You like, how the hell did you know that shit? But also, I think to his point as well is once you do find your role and it gets, you develop into your role, you don't have to be a superstar, but you got to be a superstar in your role.
Oh yeah, that's some Doc Rivers shit talk right there. Be a star in your role.
And the thing is, too, getting traded isn't always a bad thing.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that shows you that people want you. You know what I mean? It's also good, like, shit, I got 5 teams looking at me. Somebody's trash could be someone's treasure. You know what I mean? So, like, there was nothing wrong with getting traded, but, I mean, some trade. I got traded with Wizards. I was fucked up, but I was not going to play there. Like, I got on the bus. Like, I got traded from Atlanta. I didn't know I was getting traded. I was here in Phoenix, and I go to the game. They call me like, "Don't come to the game." I'm like, "Damn, where'd you trade me to?" The Wizards. I said, "Shit." So I remember I went out there the first game. I'm on the back of the bus, and I see Swaggy P and Andre Blatche like slap boxing, like really slap boxing. I said, I gotta get out of here. I played 2 games there, and that was it. I don't know if you guys ever seen Nothing to Lose. When Martin says, "Welcome to hell," or you say, "Welcome to hell, bitch." Get cards.
Welcome to hell.
So Rashard Lewis, the first day I walked in, he's like, "Welcome to hell, bitch." I was like, it's not that bad, is it? He's like, "It's that bad." I said, "I gotta go."
You came right to Miami after that, though.
So remember, we played you guys the next game, the first game, and I was like, and they said something about coming. I'm trying to come there, and they're like, "Come on." And I remember I told you, like, talk to them.
So let me tell you a story about that. So when he gets to Miami, we're in Washington. We're in D.C. at the time.
No, we came to Miami. We were in Miami.
We were on the bus. No, we were on the bus. And, you know, I'm sitting, so he's sitting behind me, right? And he was like, taps me on my shoulder. He's like, hey, you want a bite?
No, I didn't say I bite. I said you want half of this.
You want half of this? And I was like, shit, my stomach is growling in this motherfucker. Let me get a little piece. He was like, I didn't think you were gonna say yes.
So look, I get to the bus early. He always walking right when the bus about to close. So, you know, I got the cheese steaks and I got cheese. So I'm like,
oh, it's smelling good too.
So you want half? He was like, yeah, let me get half. I said, come on, man. He said, why you asked me then? I said, I didn't think you was gonna say yes. Shit, I was trying to be nice.
You couldn't have said nothing.
Man, come
He
on,
said, I didn't
man.
think you was gonna say yes.
How crazy is that?
That's crazy, ain't it?
I mean, to his question, that's the shit that helps all the stress at the end of the day. It's when
Camaraderie.
you find your people and the camaraderie. You know, when after the games are over, the hangouts, the food, the wings in somebody's room, the bus rides. That's when you find your people, it helps with the stress in it. You know.
I think that's what I miss most.
Yeah.
I mean, the plane was dope, but it was in the locker rooms, the plane flights, the dinners, the hotel, you know, gambling,
card games, shooting dice,
that was
playing dominoes,
rallying around somebody if something happened to their family or something. And you knew when they needed, you know what I mean, some rallying around. Those are the parts I miss too.
Is that it, Kasim? We got time for one more? What we got?
All right, state your name, where you from?
Tim Takia, Tucson, Arizona, bear down. As for you, Matt, you were part of one of the biggest underdog teams in the world, bro. You guys coming back and shoving it in like that, how good did that feel?
Whoa.
Bro?
As good as you can imagine. It was amazing. Like I said, that team it was a bad team at the beginning of the season. I barely made the team to begin with, and then worked my way to starting. And then, you know, the way I played allowed them to trade Dunleavy and Murphy. And then in return comes Steven Jackson and Al Harrington. But during that time, Barron was hurt, so we got off to a slow start. But I mean, I want to say there was one game in Detroit when they were the Pistons, and we beat the shit out of them with Chauncey and Rip and Ben and all them dudes they had. And we was like, yo, if we come together, we can make a run. And I think what made that team so special is we were just a unit. Like I said, every night, I don't even like to brag about it, but like literally every night, every city we were out, hanging out, but it was all of us. It wasn't one or two of us, it was the whole team kicking it. And then, you know, after practice, we go to Jack's house and smoke and watch film. Like we were just always together and just building that chemistry. And I think that's what allowed us to come together, steal the last playoff spot, and then, you know, make NBA history by beating Dallas. But
yeah, that was 1-8, right?
Yeah, it was 1-8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ben Wallace is a big motherfucker. I don't want no problems with Big Ben.
Nah, you don't want them problems.
We have 2 more questions over here.
2 more?
Yeah, I'm over here on
Okay.
your left.
Scott, and I'm from the war-torn city of Portland, Oregon. And question for you, Matt.
It's a war-torn city.
Talk a little bit about, can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Kobe and how you went from rivalry to friends?
Yeah, man, Kobe came to LA in '96. I came to LA, he came as a Laker, I came to UCLA, but you know, he was younger, so he was always on our campus. So you would have thought he was a student, hanging out, eating, chilling, working out. So it was just a mutual respect, kind of seeing what his game was like and how hard he worked. So I always knew if I was ever able to make it to the NBA, like I missed MJ by 1 year, that like Kobe was the mark, he was the guy. So it was just always something, I was fascinated with just how incredible he was. So my job every game was to guard the best players in the world. Every night I had Melo, Kobe, LeBron, KD, D-Wade, you name them. Every time I played, I guarded the best people. So just having an admiration for him was amazing. And obviously in Orlando with the ball fake, when we were about to fight, we actually talked about it on my last, I wanted to fuck Kobe up, and I told him, because Kobe was obviously incredibly skilled and to me one of the greatest of all time, but he also would grab you and elbow you and do the little shit that the refs didn't call, but they were calling on me for hitting them back. So it just kind of came to a head. Fast forward, we lose in the Eastern Finals to Boston, and then they got their payback to Boston and won the finals. And I was actually about to go to Miami because I was supposed to get a deal with Orlando, and they ended up giving JJ all the money, and there wasn't really nothing left. And I was talking to Pat Riley and D-Wade, and they were telling me like, hey, we're gonna get LeBron and Boyd, and they were building their big three. And I get a random call from a number I don't even know.
Crazy.
And it was Kobe. And I didn't even believe it at first. I was like, who the fuck is Kobe? Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Who's this? And it was like, nah, it was really me. So we just kind of started talking, and he told me anybody that's crazy enough to fuck with me is crazy enough to play with me. Do you want to be a Laker? And I'm like, hell yeah. And like 3 days later, I was a Laker. So that's how I became a Laker. Yeah.
All right, last question over here, same place.
All right, make it a good one. It's the last question. Don't be bullshitting.
Hey, Matt. I'm Tyrone from New York City, Manhattan. I remember Henry, Mike's dad, playing.
Okay.
Matt, my question for you.
You looking like Henry over there.
Wait. What's your name?
Tyrone, believe it or not, brother.
Tyrone. He said, believe it or not.
That's the first white Tyrone I've ever met.
Hey, Tyrone, it's dark, I can't see you, but I mean, you're looking a little light for a Tyrone, brother.
Yeah.
Well, my question is for Matt. No one has brought up the Mad Max story of Hakeem slapping the crap out of him. Come on, give me some detail about that.
No, that was amazing. I mean, Mad Max has been amazing. I think what our show has been able to do, All the Smoke, is kind of highlighting those guys that we grew up loving, that 90s era, and being able to bring Mad Max back to the fore. He was a hell of a player, obviously.
Yeah, he was.
But his storytelling, we actually have an animated series coming out soon with all like 5 of his stories that we turned into cartoons. And Hakeem slapping the shit out of him was one, but Max has been a great dude. He's got his own show now, I think, with Bubba Dub, kind of doing his thing. So we're happy he's kind of back on his feet doing that. But yeah, Max was a great storyteller, an amazing person, and just fun to be around. But what's so cool to me about this whole thing that we do is, like, I'm genuinely fans of the people that we sit and talk to. And whether I know them really well or not, it's just getting the opportunity to get to know them better and allowing them to share their stories with you guys and allowing them to really tell their genuine side of who they are. So, Max was no different. He's a great addition to our team. And yeah, stay tuned for the animated version of some Mad Max crazy ass stories. I did. Good call.
Yeah.
I did. Good call. Yeah, I played with Dennis Rodman, man, for like, that was right before I came and played with you, Eddie, with the Clippers. I played with Rodman for like 2.5, 3 weeks. It was crazy. I never really got to kick it with him or get into no trouble with him, but just to kind of see who he was. He had just gotten a motorcycle accident. He was trying to get back to the NBA, so he made a pit stop with our team. But yeah, Rodman was cool. We had an entourage, had some bulldogs and pissed in the court and everything, but unfortunately, I really ain't got no Rodman stories for you. I wish I did. What do you say? Who does what? Who sits down and relaxes?
What's going on?
What you talking about?
Go ahead, Cassie. Take their alcohol from them.
Let me get some of what you got.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm coming over here.
That's his sister.
I'll have whatever she's having.
That's his sister.
That's Kelsey?
I think so.
I'm Mike Bibby. I'm Ty Ellis. I'm Eddie House, host of the Straight Game Podcast. Each week, we're bringing you real, raw conversations about sports, life, and family. Tap into Straight Game wherever you get your podcast. You can also watch all episodes on YouTube.